Hey everybody, this is Jackie Glenson. I'm one of the librarians here at Robert Morris University. And today we're going to take a look at some of my advanced searching tips and techniques that I think especially help people who are writing dissertations and theses. So hopefully you already have some experience doing some basic searching, and this session I'm hoping will kind of take you to the next level, especially when you're trying to do as comprehensive a search on a topic as possible. So I want to cover a few things today, namely the difference between Summon and Google Scholar and how I like to use them both to their advantage, how to use Google Scholar to find additional citations, and then how to do a known item search, which is when you have a citation and you want to see if you can access the full text of it. So we're going to start with Summon versus Google Scholar. This is, of course, the Robert Morris Library website right here. And Google Scholar and Summon are two, I want to say they're competitors, but they're not really competitors. They're kind of complementary. I like to jump between both of them depending on what I'm searching for. And I think that really helps me to find as much information as possible. I like to leverage the strengths of both. So if we are doing a search, I usually start with Summon just because there's a couple of reasons. One, the way we have Summon configured on our website, it defaults to full text articles. So what's nice about the way you can search Summon here is that when I search for something like college students, it's a giant search, 34 million results. All of the articles are going to have full text online links, which means I can immediately click, jump into the database that has the full text content of that article and view it. Of course, 34 million is a little bit too many here. So I'm going to jump down and we'll take a look at college students, and we can add another term or two to it. And let's try financial literacy, which is a big topic right now. Now we're down to just under 12,000 results. Now, one of the nice things about Summon, which isn't available on Google Scholar, is if you do have a requirement to limit your search to peer-reviewed information, under your Refine the Search here on the left, you can just click on the little peer-reviewed box, and that will redo the search and get rid of newspaper articles, magazine articles, and limit just to scholarly journal articles. Now we're down to a little over 1,000, which is much nicer. There are other ways that Summon allows you to limit. You can limit by discipline, specifically if you're working in the field of education. You can click on education and that will limit to more education-oriented journals. You can limit by date. Say I'm interested in just what's happening over the last 5 years. I can click on that or put in a custom date. So once you find something that looks good, like say credit card literacy and financial well-being, as long as the full text link is there, you can click. This will connect us to the native database, which actually has the full text. In this case, that is ProQuest right here. And you can read the entirety of the article. I actually like looking at the PDF. I think it's sometimes easier to read, especially if there's charts and graphs, and I think it's easier to download and store as well. I'm going to leave this up here for a second. Jumping back to the list, however, you're not limited to just what we have in full text immediately through our subscription databases. If you want to expand Summon to be a little more comprehensive, you can click on Add Results beyond your library's collection. That will look at everything we have and bring together all of the related articles it knows about that we don't necessarily have access to. So you'll see a lot of them are still available in their entirety, full text online, but every once in a while, like number 4 here, Factors Affecting College Students' Multidimensional Financial Literacy in the Middle East, you just see a cited by little piece right here. Those, what that's telling you is we do not actually have the full text of this article available. We can get it available through something called interlibrary loan, but I'm going to recommend a known item search for this, and we're going to kind of end the session with a known item search example. Now, what I also would like to show you, though, is jumping back to the full text here. A quick and easy way to find a lot of additional sources is when you find an article or a study that is really relevant to your study. It's to take a look at the references. So here this person is citing this article from Business and Economic Horizons and this article from Organizational Behavior and Human Decision Processes. You might be interested in these too. So looking at the references for a current relevant article that relates to your topic is an easy and fast way to find a lot of additional relevant sources. Now, these databases really try to help you out a lot of times. So you will see sometimes there's a cites button and sometimes there's even a cited by button. What the cites button is these are the articles that are available that your current article has cited in its works cited. So it's an easy, fast way to look and see if we have the quick full text of the articles that were cited by the original article you were looking at. So you can then go down the rabbit hole, right? You can look and see what these particular articles have been cited, et cetera, and you can go kind of backwards through time, looking to see who cited who, moving back to the original study on the topic. Jumping forward again, every once in a while you have a little cited by button. So whereas cites will tell you what this article cited by will tell you what future articles cited this article. So it's a way of moving forward into the future. So you see that this article was published in 2020. I'm going to click on cited by. And here are articles from 2022, 2022, 2023 that cited that 2020 article. Some of them will be available in full text, some of them won't. But it's a nice and easy, fast way if you find a really relevant article that is immediately related to what you're working on. Take a look at the studies that study cited and take a look at the studies that cited that study. Now, what I love about Google Scholar is it's excellent in terms of cited by as well. So if I jump here to Google Scholar and I do college students and financial literacy, I'm going to get a different collection of results than I get in Summon, just because simply the Summon and the Google Scholar universes are different and their search algorithms are different. Now, what you want to do when you are using Google Scholar is you want to configure Google Scholar to work with the RMU library. That makes the results list much more robust. So the fastest way to do that on Google Scholar is to jump into the settings, look at library links. When you're on campus, all of the Robert Morris links should be checked. If you're off campus, just type in Robert Morris University, search, check all the boxes, and save. That will really help expand Google Scholar quite a bit, because what Google Scholar does is it's just pointing to items online that it thinks are of a scholarly nature. It doesn't actually license the content from the publishers. So sometimes you get really lucky and you come across something that a person just posted online. We love when that happens. Sometimes you also get lucky in that you'll see a find it at the RMU library, which means once we have Google Scholar configured, Google is telling you, hey, I think you have this article in one of your library databases. So it's going to jump us over to the library databases where hopefully we can access the full text. In this case, it's connecting us to an EBSCO database. There we go. And every once in a while, Google Scholar points to something that looks really interesting and good, and it's just simply not available. It's actually getting harder and harder for me to find an example, simply because we have access to so much information now. But every once in a while, it's usually the particular article you want. Let's try this one, Financial Literacy of High School Students. And we can take a look here. We can download the book. Oh, it actually is an entire free book. I love when that happens. See, like I said, it's getting harder and harder. But of course, it's going to be the one that you really want is simply not going to be available. You're going to hit something like a paywall, and the website is going to tell you to, put your credit card in for, oh, in this case, here it is, put your credit card in for $29.95. Don't do that. This is when you contact the librarian, let us know, and we can tell you if we have access to this book chapter in one of our print books and one of our ebooks, or if we can get this for you via interlibrary loan. So definitely Google Scholar can be a little frustrating in that not everything is available in its entirety, but there's a lot that really is. But one place that I think Google Scholar really shines is with their little cited by links. I think these cited by links are better than you get in Summon. So if we're interested, say for instance, in the role of parents in college students' financial behaviors and attitudes, this was published in 2010. This, according to Google Scholar, has been cited by 406 other articles, ebooks, book chapters. I can click on that. Here's the list right here and the links if they are available. And like I said, you can kind of go down the rabbit hole, because then if you find another really good looking one, like, development of a financial literacy model for university students, I can see who cited this article. And then if I'm keep looking, here's something about improvement of Generation Z financial being, I can look and see who cited this article. And so I can go back in time by looking at works cited, and forward in time by looking at the cited by links. So both Summon and Google Scholar can help with that. I think Google Scholar is a little better with the cited by. Honestly, I find that it finds more than Summon does. That said, what I like about Summon is, for the most part, that the full text is going to be there and it's very stable. Google Scholar is pointing to things online. It's possible it could be pointing to something that was there yesterday and isn't there today. It's a little bit less stable. But I like to jump between both of them to really make sure I'm doing a very comprehensive search. Now, what happens if you come across a good-looking article? Like, let's take a look at college students and financial distress right here from 2013, and it's just not linkable. This is what's called a known item search in the library world. You know what you're looking for specifically, you're just looking to find it. Easiest and fastest way, I think, to find this is simply to go to Google Scholar. Once it's been configured, paste in the title and see if it's available. In this case, it looks like it's available online and through the library databases. So if you have a title of something you're looking for, you don't have a link to the full text, I highly recommend popping it in Google Scholar. If you pop it in Google Scholar and it is configured to the library databases and you're still not finding full text, then we can do something called interlibrary loan. If you go back to our library website, Iliad is the interlibrary loan system for articles. You can click on Iliad, type in your Robert Morris information, type in the appropriate information for the article, submit, and our Access Services team will look and see who in the United States might have a copy of this article, request it. Hopefully they send the PDF, you get an email, you go back into your Iliad account and retrieve that full text article. And I think it's there for 30 days. So you want to get in there within a month and download it. Once you download it, it is yours to keep forever and ever. We also have another interlibrary loan system called Easy Borrow, which is primarily for books. If you are looking for a book, fastest and easiest way to do that is on the library website. Click on books and ebooks and then search for your book here. And type in financial literacy and see what we have. We have more and more ebooks that are immediately available, which is really nice. So for instance, if I'm interested in like stereotypes of financial literacy, I can just click on the ebook. There's lots of PDFs and ebooks. And if we have it in our print collection, it will tell you where it is available, if it's located upstairs, if it's located downstairs, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to click on print book here, just to show you what a print book would look like. So here we have economic policy, financial markets, and economic growth. It is in our RMU library stacks, and this is the call number right here. And so for this book, you would come into the library and check it out. For ebooks, you simply click on the ebook link, something that says View ebook, and this will take you to the database that has the full text of the book. And then you can just browse chapters. Often you can print chapters, download chapters, et cetera, et cetera. So ebooks are available almost just as easily as full text journal articles, whereas print books, you will have to actually come in and check the book out at the library. So here is this ebook right here, which actually turns out to be some sort of hearing before the subcommittee on primary health and retirement security. But here's all 57 pages of that book right here. And if there is a book and we do not have access to it, Easy Borrow is the interlibrary loan link you can use there. You just need the 16-digit number on your student ID, and you can request any book from area libraries, and they will send the book here, and you will get an email when it arrives. So that's primarily what I wanted to show you today, but I do want to mention one more thing. I'm going to jump into databases A to Z here. I just want to show you that we have a lot of different databases. Summon is covering the major periodical scholarly journal databases, but we have other databases that really kind of delve into a specific topic. So for instance, if you're a nurse, or if you're in education, or if you're in engineering and Summon is not working for you, you want to get more specific with your searching, we have specific subject databases that I would recommend that give you a lot more refinement to find exactly what you're looking for. One of our specific databases that I do actually recommend for everybody writing a dissertation or a thesis is our ProQuest Dissertations and Theses Global database. This database is dissertations and master's theses only. These dissertations and master's theses will come up in Summon and sometimes in Google Scholar, but they're often ranked a little bit lower. They're not usually the first piece of information that comes up. However, they can be really, really helpful, especially when you're writing a dissertation or a thesis. So college students and financial literacy, when I do a search here, you're not going to find scholarly journal articles or magazine articles. You're just going to find dissertations and theses, 226. For instance, this is a dissertation that was done at Drexel. Here's one that was done at Northeastern. Here's one that was done at the University of Nebraska at Omaha. If you're interested in any of these, usually they are the full text. And when I say full text, it's the entirety of the thesis or dissertation. So we can take a look at this one that is 150 pages long, and it is all 150 pages. What I like about dissertations and theses, especially if you're writing one, is you can take a look at how the authors have set up their particular dissertation or thesis, and so you can, maybe get inspiration about how you would like to set yours up. But most specifically is to take a look at chapter 2, the literature review. You can see how they divided the literature into either chronological pieces or themes, and then you can take a look at the sources they used. So this particular dissertation was done in 2023. It is about the financial literacy of college students. So the study that this dissertation does and the information it finds could be a source. But then you can take a look at the literature review, knowing that this person had to do a very comprehensive literature review search, take a look at their works cited, and you might be able to find a lot of sources that relate to your paper, which hopefully is going to be on this particular topic. If your topic is not financial literacy, if it is something else, no problem. You just type in your topic, look for a related, current, recent dissertation or thesis, and then take a look at that particular document. So hopefully this was helpful. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever, do not hesitate to contact a librarian. I like to tell students that I have college professors contacting me all the time to help them find information. One of my favorite people I work with, she is a faculty here on campus, and she's published over 25 scholarly articles, and she still comes to me when she needs research help in terms of finding sources and that type of thing. So if she's coming to me, a PhD that has published over 25 articles and scholarly documents is coming to me looking for help, there's no reason why someone writing their honors thesis or PhD dissertation should not be coming to me for help too. So don't hesitate to contact me or any of the other librarians. We are here to help you with the research. And that's kind of it. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or comments whatsoever, please let us know. That's why we're here. Thanks, everybody. Bye.